I think we are seeing hopeful signs, but I think we have to be realistic on two things. One, we need to be realistic on time. Realistically, vaccines, no matter how fast we push, we have to make sure these vaccines are safe and that they're effective. And that takes its own time. And we're speeding that up as much as possible. But we're not in any way going to cut corners on safety. We have to be able to look ourselves in the eyes, and we have to be able to look at our communities and assure them that we have taken every precaution to make sure these vaccines are safe and effective before we go giving them to general populations. In order to make that happen, we can shorten that time, but realistically it's going to be the first part of next year before we start seeing people getting vaccinated. That's the first sort of issue. Second issue is vaccines are never 100% effective. They generate immunity in most people. For some vaccines it's only some people. For some vaccines like measles, they're highly effective and 95% of people are protected. We don't know where we are with this. So we're going to have to wait and see how effective the vaccine is going to be and how long will the protection last. So the idea that we're going to have a vaccine in 2 or 3 months and then all of a sudden this virus is going to go away, I would love to be here saying that to you, but that's just not realistic. And it's really important that we're realistic in our expectations. We have to push and get the best vaccines we can, get the best treatments we can, but we also need to be realistic and we need to do what we can now. And Maria said it, there's so much we can do now. And it'll be so much easier to get rid of this virus using vaccine if we've already suppressed it. Because it's easier beat an opponent when you've already exhausted your opponent, and we need to exhaust this virus. We need to push the virus out of our communities, and then using vaccine will be much easier for us to be effective in the use of that vaccine. So we need to work as hard as we can now to continue the fight against the virus, work as hard as we can to develop the vaccines, and then bring the two together to finish this thing off, I hope.